a pretty aggressive fight with the officers. The individual then bent down, picked up a gun that was on the ground, pointed it at the officers, and the officers fired at him. The individual is a male. I don't have any other information right now, but I do know that he was transported to the hospital. He's in either critical or serious condition. I don't have a confirmation on that, but our detectives are there and the protocol team has been called out. They will do the investigation, and as of today, this is about all the information that we will have until their investigation is complete. Our officers were not injured, and the protocol team will take over from now on. We did have one body camera on one of the officers. I don't know what's on that yet. That will be turned over to the protocol team, and they will be able to see what's on that body camera.
Sheriff, you said
right
one
now.
officer was getting gas and he heard or saw something, but then where did the other officers come from?
They came from the precinct, which is just down the street. They happened to be doing a roll call there and had just released the roll call, so there were officers in the area, and as soon as they heard the foot pursuit, they responded very quickly because the precinct is just down the street. So.
Sheriff, how many officers are on paid administrative leave right now?
As of right now, nobody is until we place them on leave. What we're doing right now is the protocol team will try to either interview the officers or get a statement from them. Once I find out who was involved, they will be placed on leave. Now, sometimes there are witness officers that don't necessarily get placed on leave, but as of right now, I have not placed anybody on leave. I've been here at the scene, but I am headed to the location that the officers are at, and once they're interviewed, I can make that decision of who's going to be placed on leave for this. At this time, I don't know. I know there were 2 officers that were here, but there could have been more as backup officers, but as of right now, I don't know until the protocol team tells me. I just don't know.
Were any officers injured?
No officers were injured.
How many officers engaged the suspect?
I don't know that either. And when I say no officers were injured, what I mean by that is I have not had any information that any are injured. Now, in the fight, because they said it was a very aggressive struggle with the officers, they may have received some scratches. I don't know, but I'll find that out later.
Whose gun was it? I mean, people were saying that he dropped a gun, then ran back to get it, and then pointed at the officers. But
right,
get the gun?
Yeah, right now we don't know. We don't know if it was the individual's gun, if it was just a gun there, if it's, the officer's gun. We don't know, and that's what the protocol team will find out for us. We do know from one witness that he did say the individual said that he had a gun. But we don't know if it was the individual's gun. I mean, that's part of the investigation.
Did you guys recover a gun?
I can't comment on what was recovered. So.
There was no anything until that crash happened.
Right. Until the crash happened, the officer was just putting gas. So.
Sheriff, there was a bus full of kids that were on that street corner. Had any of them been injured? Have you talked to them? Obviously they could be witnesses. What happened with that bus full of students?
I have not talked to them personally. I didn't even know there was a bus here. So we will pass that on to the protocol team and let them speak with them. I would imagine if anybody was injured, they would have let us know on scene or made a call to us by now. So I don't know on that. I didn't even know there was a bus here.
You've experienced a crime scene here since you have the crash and then also going out to the road. How long do you expect to have this intersection shut down here?
Several hours, I would say. We can probably reduce it down a little bit as the protocol team directs us to, but these usually take quite a while to investigate, and they're not only investigating an officer-involved shooting, they're also investigating a car crash too, so it may take a little bit longer. So
I was going to ask, where is
a couple of hours. Yes, and at this point, I don't know what the impact was or anything. All we know is the officer observed something that occurred in that intersection. We believe might have been a crash because the motorcycle's on the ground. But that officer, our protocol is we don't talk to them. That's the protocol team that does that, and it's protocol team 1 that is in charge of this investigation.
Is there a neighboring agency that's going to take over this investigation?
Protocol team 1 takes over the investigation.
Talk about this being the same intersection of Dr. Marty, in very similar circumstances, crash, and then, you know.
I know. Yeah, I've had plenty of people text me on that, and you're absolutely right. This is the area where Officer Barney was murdered. Yeah. Any more questions?
With the bus, the kids that were on the bus, for example, if anybody on the bus did see something, and they obviously watched this newscast, do you want them to give you guys a call and let you guys know if they've seen anything?
Absolutely. We want anybody that saw what occurred here to provide us, their name, and we'll give them a call. Also, if anybody has video, with cell phones out all the time now, for sure we would appreciate any information so we can provide that to the protocol team.
What's the best
Where did the
number
truck
to-
go? The truck that was involved in the accident?
It's still there in the
Still there, and
intersection.
the driver's
Yes.
still here too?
I don't know where the driver is of the vehicle. I would imagine he's not here on scene, but he could be in the command post being interviewed. I just don't know that information.
What's the best number to contact?
Is it Mel 743-7000? Is that who we want him to call, or it's a protocol team? Okay. Okay. So just call our media hotline if they have any information.
Do we know what started the fight in the first place between the cop and the motorcycle?
We don't. That's all the information that we have, so we just don't know. That's why we rely so much on the protocol team.